Hi everyone, welcome to Daily News Analysis. Today is 17th May and let's look at some of the important news that are relevant for your competitive examination, for your general awareness, current affairs, and in general you should be aware of some legal and national, international, all types of news that may be tested. Starting with the legal news, because here the focus is on common law admission test and law entrance examination. So it's very important to stay updated with what the Supreme Court and what the High Courts and what is the development in the legal field is there. So here Supreme Court has cautioned Enforcement Directorate to not create atmosphere of fear. So this case pertains to Chhattisgarh government. So here the Supreme Court has cautioned the ED against creating an atmosphere of fear after Chhattisgarh government alleged that central agency was running amok in the state to implicate Chief Minister. Who is the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh? Bhupesh Baghel. So they want to implicate Bhupesh Baghel in a money laundering case that is linked to a 2000 crore liquor scam. So in this case, the bench that was sitting was Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul and Ehsanuddin Amanullah. They said that even a bona fide case would seem suspect if a law enforcement agency conducted itself in a way that created an atmosphere of fear. So do not create an atmosphere of fear. Senior advocate Kapil Sibal for Chhattisgarh submitted in court that over 50 excise department officials in the state have complained about threats and mental and physical torture from the ED during the investigation. He said that it is shocking state of affairs. The ED is running amok. They are threatening excise officers. He also contended that the assembly elections was slated for 2023 and that is why it is happening. Additional Solicitor General S.P. Raju said the ED was just doing its duty and investigating a scam in the state. The state, in its application, said 52 officers of the Department of Excise have given complaint in writing alleging mental and physical torture by the officers of ED during the course of investigation. And Chhattisgarh said that it has found itself in a peculiar situation where any action by the state investigation agency against the central agency would lead to a center state conflict. Uh, then the state alleged that the investigation carried out by the ED was without justification and illegal in as much as there was no underlying predicate offense. The illegal investigation conducted by ED is contrary to the principle of federalism, which is a part of basic structure of the constitution. I hope everybody understand what is federalism. Federalism is the division of power between center and state. So state has certain function, center has certain function, and the center should not dominate those functions. So, however, in India we have this quasi-federal setup where during emergency center becomes all powerful. We have Schedule 7 in the Constitution of India that gives three types of list, that is union list, central list, state list. So they are saying that it is a violation of federalism. It is a violation of this federal structure, which is the basic structure of the constitution, and it should not happen. It is the central investigation body, so they should not create this atmosphere of fear. They should not be threatening people. There should not be mental and physical abuse. Two persons have been recommended by the collegium to become the Supreme Court judges. So, a senior advocate KV Vishwanathan, he has been recommended for to be a judge of the top court, and the five-member collegium also proposed to the government the appointment of Andhra Pradesh Chief Justice Prashant Kumar Mishra as a Supreme Court judge. So remember these two names, KV Vishwanathan and Prashant Kumar Mishra. They might be the new chief Supreme Court judges. As far as Ukraine Supreme Court is concerned, the chief of the Ukraine Supreme Court has been detained in a corruption case of $2.7 million. Uh, If you remember, back in November 2022, there was a judgment regarding economically weaker section quota. The 10% reservation will be given to the economically weaker section. So there was a petition in the court challenging that decision. However, Supreme Court has rejected that petition. There is a telecom bill that has been given for public comments. It was released for public comments till last September, and it can be finalized by July. So this was said by the Communications, Electronics and Information Technology Minister, who is Ashwini Vaishnav. So bill will be focused on ensuring India's telecom sector. It is globally benchmarked. It lends scope for innovation, has a simple regulatory framework, and lays primacy over protection, said the minister. National Human Rights Commission has flagged rise in child abuse content on social media. So the NHRC has taken a suo motu cognizance of the media report that cited that there has been 250 to 300% increase in the circulation of child sexual abuse material on social media in India. NHRC has said that the content is of foreign origin, and Indian investigation agencies have not come across any Indian made child sexual abuse material so far. We have a new chairman of UPSC, Mr. Manoj Soni. Manoj Soni, who is a former vice chancellor of two universities in Gujarat, he was sworn in as the chairman of the Union Public Service Commission. India moves closer. India is getting their own indigenous vaccine against dengue. That's a good news. And it is being manufactured by Serum Institute of India and Panacea Biotech. They respond to call for phase 3 clinical trials. According to a senior official, the trials being done to evaluate efficacy, safety, and immunogenicity of vaccine, and they could start close to August. So we can have our own indigenous vaccine against dengue. Dengue is a very serious problem, and across the globe and in India, uh, 2 to 2.5 lakh cases are reported annually. There is a report that cites a report by the US government that says that religious freedom in India is deteriorating. However, the government of India, the sector has rejected this report. They are saying that they are misinformed, it is not, and also it is motivated. So they are rejecting this report. So there is this report on international religious freedom, which includes a chapter on India. So the Ministry of External Affairs said that it was based on misinformation, and it was motivated. However, the ministry also said that India values its partnership with the United States and would continue to have frank exchange. The report was released on Monday and comes just a month before US President Joe Biden will welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi on a visit in Washington. Azerbaijan has arrested at least 9 people, 9 of its nationals, because they were suspecting them to be of to Iranian secret services, and they were plotting a coup and assassination. That was said in a statement. There is a cyclone in Myanmar, Cyclone Mocha, which has the toll has risen to 60 people in Myanmar. So people are waiting for help. Uh, there has been inflation in Argentina, so they have increased their interest rate to 97%. So, and this is the for the second time in less than a month, Argentina's central bank hiked its base interest rate as the government prepares to tackle soaring inflation ahead of October's general election. Vodafone has laid off 11,000 employees. So Vodafone to slash 10% of its workforce in fresh tech layoffs. Shubham Gill is the first to score 100 in Test, ODI, T20, IPL in this calendar year. So he has accomplished a milestone by becoming the only cricketer in the history to score a century in Test, ODI, T20, IPL in one calendar year. So in the match against Sunrisers Hyderabad, Shubham played a knock of 101 of 58 balls in Ahmedabad, adding a remarkable record to his career. That's all for right now. Thank you so much. See you in the next session with more set of news. Till then, have a good day. Goodbye.